surprise so far, man, has got to be the Magic beating the Bucks, bro. Like I didn't see that coming. Um, we were talking a little bit in pre-production. That might have been the shot that the Magic's had. That might have been all they got. But I definitely didn't see that coming. That's my biggest surprise so far. Uh, Not too much stuff has been surprising though.
T.
Uh, Yesterday, no surprises. Today, who knows? Who knows? Lakers and Portland are playing right now. But Orlando probably is the biggest surprise. I mean, no one expects a 8 to win game one. But let's put this in perspective. That's not a road game. It's not a home game. It's a neutral court. Orlando came out, looked like they wanted it a little bit more. I'd rather the Bucks take their lumps right now and wake up than take that L down the road when they got to play a better team like the Raptors.
Hey, shout out to them Raps, man. Y'all saw what they did. My money's still on them coming out the East. But, man, I think y'all hitting on the most obvious of the surprises. But a surprise I wasn't really expecting was that Utah Jazz, man. Utah Jazz, courtesy of Donovan Mitchell, they showed out. They showed out big time. And 57 points from Mitchell. I mean, I think everybody was kind of surprised when they when they checked the scoreboard. Seeing Donovan Mitchell had the third most points ever in a playoff game. That's crazy. That's crazy to expect. So I think that's my biggest surprise outside of obviously the Orlando Magic getting it done. I don't think nobody expected that, especially my man in the bottom right.
I mean, it's no secret I'm a Bucks fan, but I'm not worried about it. I mean, if the series goes 4-1, 4-2, it still doesn't matter. We go to the next round, man. I think it's easy to overlook a team like Orlando. I mean, I know I would. I'd still be, swimming in my pool, whatever they got in the bubble. I wouldn't be worried about Markelle Fultz and them. Like,
Wow. So no one's gonna say how good Philly played over yesterday. I really thought Philly's gonna get trashed, man. Nick, if you're watching, yo. Part of my friends last week talking super spicy about Embiid, man. But check him out, man. Played a good game, but besides the turnovers, he gave us a decent game.
You thought Philly played good?
I look how close the game was.
I feel like Boston was coasting, and Philly has no chance. That's what that game showed me. Philly has no chance without Ben Simmons. If they get swept, I wouldn't be surprised, man. They get one game max. It's about time. They're gonna have to do something, man. I think Nick wants to fire the coach. I think everybody in Philly wants to fire the coach. What we say last week? Fire the coach. You said trade Embiid. I think Rome said sell a franchise. Philly's done though. Philly's still done.
Hey, look, this is me sticking a fork into the Philadelphia 76ers, man. It's over for them. I tried to tell y'all last week, man. Hey, Ben Simmons getting hurt. What they gonna do now? I mean, I'm hearing people talking about trading their cornerstones now. I don't know, man. I don't know. Philly fans, they real fickle. I see, real fickle.
Hey, I do want to talk about something I did notice real quick. And it did surprise me a little bit. It wasn't my biggest surprise, but it surprised me. Luka kind of played well if you're just looking at the points, the rebounds, assists, that sort of thing. But my man had 11 turnovers, and that's Paul George and Kawhi, man. Like, those guys are monsters. I expected Luka to put up a better showing in that. I mean, it's hard to argue against 42 points, but they had no shot. I mean, no shot in that game.
Hold on. Now you're talking a lot of spicy right now. You're talking Popeye chicken sandwich spicy right now. Hey, listen, man. If nobody here is gonna be like how soft the ref was in that call with Porzingis, like Porzingis,
that was crazy.
Been a different factor in that game. Look how close it was. It was back and forth in the fourth quarter between Dallas and the Clippers. Were we not saying the Clippers should be blowing everybody out the park?
Nah, I don't think they're gonna blow everybody out. They don't even have Montrezl Harrell back yet. I think they're just gonna beat teams, and I wasn't impressed with what I saw from the Mavericks, man. They look soft.
Hey, T, man, I feel like me and you've been talking about this over the past couple of weeks, man, just privately, but it's levels to this NBA. It's levels to this skill level. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to knowing how to win. You can go out there and know how to get points, rebounds, and assists, but do you know how to get a W? And I think this bubble is exposing these vets. Like, shout out to my man Kyle Lowry. You would never say he's better than Luka Doncic, right? Skill for skill.
Right.
If I'm trying to get W's, I want Kyle Lowry over Luka Doncic. And I know it sounds crazy to a lot of people just hearing it on his face, but I think I think Kyle Lowry is better than Luka Doncic because he knows how to win. And winning means a lot, but in this age of analytics and numbers, man, winning starting to mean less and less when you start grading out these players.
We're talking about winning in the East or winning in the West?
I'm talking about winning W's. I'm talking about gaining W's to that win-loss.
Well, all right.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And that's my knock against Donovan Mitchell. I know he had 57, right? He's a scorer. He's a volume shooter. And but I just don't see him as a winner.
Well, what do you think is that line? Like, what is it about a player that's a great player, that's great skill-wise? What is it that makes them not be able to win? Is it just experience? Because we've seen some guys, they get up there in age, they're in the league for a while. I mean, one that comes to mind, who I personally wouldn't say this about him, but he hasn't won big time in the playoffs, is Russell Westbrook. Puts up the greatest numbers, big time stats, but a lot of people don't see him as that winner when it comes to those moments. You know what I'm saying? What is it that makes that could turn that player into that type of winner, man? Because obviously it's not just skills alone.
It just takes getting over the hump, in my opinion. I mean, when you got a player like that, Russell Westbrook reminds me a lot of Peyton Manning before he won the chip. Like all the numbers, all the talent, you just didn't get the W. And sometimes that factors outside of just you. You could be doing everything you need to be doing, but if the rest of the team isn't holding it down, then that'll hold you back as an individual. But I think Westbrook is going to change that narrative with these playoffs.
Facts, I'm with you.
Is Westbrook changing the narrative, or is Harden changing the form?
Hey, somebody going to change it.
You got the same narrative, so you get one for all, one.
So what are our predictions so far in these playoffs? Who's getting out of what round?
Hey, I'm predicting some sweeps, man. I hope y'all got some brooms ready.
Yeah, I can see that, but I think T brought up a good point early on, man. There's no home games right now in this bubble. It's no home games, so teams are going to get caught off guard. And I don't know, man. I think we will see some sweeps, but I can even see a team like the Blazers pushing that series just because there's none of those factors that we're used to, man, those extra momentum factors.
So I agree, right? But I think it's going to go in a slightly different direction because of that. Because there's no home field advantage, I feel like if Portland had a chance to go back to Portland, right, and their fans are going crazy, Dame's doing all this, then that atmosphere creates a little bit of a hardship for the team they're playing. But the fact that it's all even, your talent should be able to shine through, and whoever's got the best baller should be able to win, in my opinion. So I'm predicting sweeps because of the lack of the home field advantage or home court advantage.
So what happens with the Lakers? Because I think Portland might have a better starting five than the Lakers.
That's debatable. That's definitely debatable. But I could see that. I think originally I had that game going 5, Lakers in 5, but I'm gonna say Lakers in 6. Lakers in 6. I think Portland is gonna push them, but I think Bron's gonna want to get out that first round without going to 7 games. So he's gonna have to step up. He's gonna have to be the X factor. I know that's not typically his forte, but he can do it when the time calls, and he's gonna need to be that. I don't want to compare him to nobody crazy, but he's gonna need to have that different type of mentality, if you know what I'm saying.
I feel you. So do y'all think any low seeds are gonna win? Any upsets?
Yeah. I got if Luka Doncic could play a lot better, I got the Mavericks as my sleeper. And besides them, shit, who else besides Portland and the Mavericks? Who do we really see losing? Well, I got Miami winning. I got Miami with the sweep against the Pacers.
Well, one series I'm gonna have my eye on, and I know in this first game it didn't look too promising for this team, but we got this Rockets Thunder matchup, and Russell Westbrook's not available right now for the Rockets. I'm not sure when he's coming back, but they gonna need him. They're gonna need him, and if they don't have him the whole time, I can see Chris Paul pushing that series 7. And if you got Chris Paul pushing the series to 7 games, man, I don't know. You never know what can happen in that 7. So that's one of the series I could see possibly going either way, but that's really dependent on Russell Westbrook not coming back. But we'll see if he rejoins the lineup with that quad.
Yeah, I'm just not banking on Gallinari to win a playoff series.
Mm-mm.
Pardon me.
Yeah, Gallinari. Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, the guy's a baller, but nah. See you next year outside the bubble, bro.
So, fellas, still keeping the topic about the bubbles. Who's our MVP? Who's our most improved? Who's our defensive player? Let's start off with the MVP. Who's our MVP coming out of the bubble into the playoffs?
All right, we talked about this a little bit last week, and I got swayed over, man. It's got to be Dame, right? Like I was thinking about it earlier, and when this is all said and done, right? When this is in the history books, and we look back on this 10, 15, 20 years, what's the biggest thing we're going to remember out the bubble? Dame. Dame got me the most excited. He got us all talking about all this kind of stuff. So to me, that screams most valuable. It's got to be Dame for MVP.
I couldn't agree more with that, man. I mean, Dame Lillard showed why he is an elite baller. Now, the thing about it is, I can't have it both ways. Y'all know how I feel about this winning thing, and the Blazers did not win a lot this season. So, I mean, I'm going to put that at Dame Lillard's feet directly. But one thing about it is, when the thing I love about Dame is when the lights shine the brightest, you got something to shy away from it, and you got something that rise to the occasion, man. And maybe those regular season lights just not bright enough for my boy Dame Dollar. I don't know.
Look, man, I hear y'all, but I'm going Book. 8 games in the bubble, 8 wins. How are you not the MVP? Again, I said it last episode. It's the Suns. We haven't seen the Suns do much. It's just Book, man. It's Book.
It's Book. So, I mean, it would have been unanimous if you would have went with Dame Dollar, but Book. I mean, there's a reason why Book isn't our MVP, man. Those 8 games didn't mean nothing. He got sent home.
I mean, he did everything possible that you could do. I mean, what more can you do other than win 8 games?
He didn't do everything possible.
Get in the playoffs.
He with a couple people in the bubble.
I mean, give the guy a couple vets like Carmelo. Give the guy hey, go ahead, Scrub.
Hey, check my man's blood alcohol levels, man. Somebody.
0.00 alcohol free.
Oh man. But yeah, man. I to me it's a 1A, 1B situation, but I think 1A is Devin Booker, man. He just got it done.
Yeah, I can see it being a 1A, 1B, man. I don't want to throw no shade on Book. I just feel like when I look back on this in 20 years, it's going to be more so about Dame.
Yeah. Now, Dame proving that he that dude, man. Now, what could really just will vault Dame over the top is if he mess around and get a couple dubs against the Lakers, man. Now, if he pull out, bro, honestly, bro, if he pulls out 1 W against the Lakers, that's going to count, not to me personally, but to a lot of people, that's going to count like it went 7. Him just pulling off 1. They're going to hype it up like he went so crazy. And on top of that, you got Skip Bayless continuing to stir the pot. Lakers in 4, all this talk about Lakers in 4, man. Hey, they ain't walk away with a couple wins, man. It might equal more than a usual 1 win in the series. I don't know.
I mean, Dame is up at half. He's going to get 1 win. He might get 3. I mean, I really think this is AD's team. I've been talking to my boy, man, DJ Carnage, man, good friend of mine, big time Lakers fan, and he's even worried about the Lakers. Basically, LeBron's getting old. And AD has to carry the team, but he's inconsistent. Like, I don't think you can go to AD for a bucket every single time. And you can go to Dame for a bucket. You can go to Melo for a bucket. You can go to CJ McCollum for a bucket. You can even go to Nurkic for a bucket. That stops after Bron and AD. Maybe that's all it takes. I mean, maybe that's all it takes. If you played against the Lakers in 2K, that's all people do. So maybe that's all it takes.
Hey, he's the king for a reason, man. You keep doubting him, bro. I've been on that train where you just doubt Bron, bro. Like he's gonna make it happen. He's gonna make it happen.
Ned Stark was the king too. Nah, he wasn't the king. He wasn't the king. He wasn't the king. Rob Baratheon was the king, but
he got mad jokes.
He was my king.
I think with this Bron thing, man, and Ron, man, I think you bring a great point, man. Ain't no point of doubting Bron because he proves the doubt is wrong. He's been known for that. But one thing I'll say is that this playoff series is the most unique moment in LeBron's career. I mean, obviously, you know, as your career ages, it's going to get like that. But right now, he has a real moment to solidify his legacy, man. You know, and if he comes out looking like a brand new player, then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be able to say he turned it on. And to know that somebody can turn it on and off, like we hear that all the time, like, oh, he turned it on, or he turned it off, he turned it on. But bro, if you can really turn it on and turn it off, that's real greatness. Like, you know, if he was really coasting at the end of this regular season during this bubble, he's all just coasting to turn it on right now. Oh man, that to me, that's next level greatness. So I'll be watching closely.
I mean, look, real time right now. Bron's 12, 8, and 10. Anthony Davis is 21 and 6. It's the first half. They're losing.
12, 8, and 10. He's
They're
turning
losing.
it on. It sounds like the man is turning it on.
Yeah, 12, 8, and 10 at the half. And you saying they losing? It's a 1-point game, bro. It's a 1-point game.
I don't care if you 1 or 100. You're losing.
Hey, bro, I need a scoreboard. I need a scoreboard with T announcing scores like they lose by 10. I'm gonna have to
see how you try to spin that narrative like they he's got this, but they're still losing. Like it's 1 point, bro. It's 1 point.
It's 12, 8. It's 12, 8, and 10. It's not 13, 8, and 10.
Let's keep it going, fellas. So we talked about the MVP. Now let's talk about the most improved player into the bubble. Besides T.J. Warren, the miracle man that came out of nowhere, who else is the most improved player in the bubble right now?
I mean, it's only one other answer, I feel like. I mean, to me, it's T.J. Warren most improved. But, you know, there's one other guy that's just been sitting there with most minuscule numbers in the regular season, came out dropping 35, 36, and that's your boy Michael Porter Jr. Tons of hype for him coming out, injury plague coming out, but he's starting to show people, you know what all that hype was about. And I like to see it. I like to see it. He got a nice smooth game. I don't think I'm as high on him as some, you know what I'm saying? But he's my most improved. It's not T.J. Warren.
See?
Michael Porter Jr. The guy is a stud, man. And I hate to give people their flowers before they earn them, but I think he's a up and coming legend. Like, it's nothing the guy can't do, man. I mean, he can shoot the three, can handle the ball. He's athletic. He just takes that team to the next level. They already had a star in Jamal Murray. Like, now you're giving him another superstar. He slid in the draft because of injury concerns, but without those injury concerns, he might have been 1 or 2 overall, and he's playing like it. So Michael Porter Jr., I mean, what is his points per game went up 15, 17 points, something crazy. But Michael Porter Jr. Other than that, man, the most improved got to be GoodAssSports. We've been giving y'all that content in the bubble, man. We've been every week, man. Bryce told y'all about the Raptors. If you ain't listening, you're missing out. We the most improved in the bubble, to be honest with you.
Shadamas Bryce is working with us.
Hey, T is right, man. That was on the money, bro. Gas Sports, definitely the most improved. As far as actual ballers, man, it's unanimous, man. I went Michael Porter Jr., bro. I thought about it a little bit, and I mean, y'all already broke it down, but yeah, my man, compared to before the bubble to now, it's pretty obvious. Him and T.J. Warren were both my co-most improved.
I mean, yeah, Porter went from 7-4 to 22-8. I mean, that's
improvement.
All-star numbers.
Improvement just for that. What, 2 months break, and now just imagine. Let's say Denver don't go too far and they lose, right? Coming next year, Porter could be in the starting 5, and that's just scary alone. Like, yo, you gotta steal because of a broken back, and now you just have probably in the future a top 10 player in the NBA. Can we say that? Or am I reaching?
It's a little early for top 10, but I mean, top 20, top 20, top 25,
top 25, yeah,
for sure. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if he's what you guys have been telling me is, and like I said, I'm not as high on him as I feel like y'all are, but if he's what y'all have told me over the last week, then yeah, he got top 10 potential. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think the Nuggets got 2 guys with top 10 potential because I throw Bo on that list too. Now I'm higher on Bo. That can come back to bite me right there. But hey, shout out to Bo, man. I gotta give my guy some love, man. Son of Manute.
Little Manute. I mean, I think Murray, Jokic, and Porter give you a big three, man. And that's what you need in today's game. And Bobo gives them 4 and 5, I guess. If Bobo's what you say is.
Throw on a unicorn.
Bobo might be Darko, bro.
Hey, go ahead, bro. You would have been driving a little higher for that.
Oh, man.
All right, continuing on. All right, fellas. So who's a defensive player in the bubble right now?
We just said it. It's Bobo. Y'all seen them block?
All right, man.
Hey, my man, dog.
All right, man.
I thought you was about to say Taco. I was like, all right, even more.
I couldn't narrow it down to one guy I liked on defense. Other than maybe Jimmy Buckets, because he kind of slowed TJ Warren down a little bit and pretty much called it. But I'm gonna give it to the entire Raptors team, man. Like, they came into the bubble playing like it was already the playoffs, man. And if you really enjoy watching like the intricacies of basketball, the nuances, like the Raptors are a fun team to watch, man. Like, they get after it every night. Every guy brings it. That's rare to see in the NBA, man. They're not taking plays off. They're not taking possessions off. They're going after it, and they're earning their wins. I'm gonna give it to the whole Raptors.
I mean, I'll hop in, man. Me personally, I haven't seen too much defense. I mean, T, you make a good point saying that the Raptors, because that's probably really the only team that's really played like solid defense that I can think of. If I had to give it to a player, I would go Giannis for that headbutt. That was pretty nice. Man, I really don't have a defensive player for the bubble, man. Like, I thought about it, and nobody really stood out defensively to me.
It's 8 games.
Yeah, it's only 8 games. You know, it's not. Some of those guys were taking some games off too. So, as far as defensive player of the bubble, I'm giving it to Giannis just for the headbutt. I know that's a little silly, but that's what I got.
I'll take it.
Bryce?
Man, my answer stands, man. 8 games ain't enough for me to see no real defensive player in the bubble. No D-Pop. I'm going with my man Bo, man. I see that block.
Oh my God.
I seen him on that block. But really, honestly though, I mean, it's like I said, it's 8 games, man. I could pick a guy, you know, and I would just be picking a guy that is always good on defense. Like T said, Jimmy Butler. You know, maybe I would even look for Anthony Davis. You know, maybe I would even look if I go to low key. Kyle Lowry been strapping up. I'm not saying it's been defensive player. The bubble straps up, but it's 8 games. How am I really going to pick? I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill in my absentee ballot and go with Bo for my
absentee
ballot.
Man.